Both are 2 additional warming centers tonight due to the colder weather. The community center on Cecil Street, east of Spadina and south of College, as well as the Jimmy Simpson Recreation Center on Queen Street East, east of Broadview, open their doors at 5 o'clock tonight. That means there are now 7 warming centers open and available to those in need across the city. So how long will these chilly temperatures last? For more on that, let's check in with our weather specialist, Noor Rafat. Noor.
Hey, thanks very much, Amandalina. Well, we knew that the mild temperatures couldn't last very long, and yet it's been heartbreaking to see what transpired in the last 12 hours or so. We're seeing the Arctic air flood the province, and I don't need to tell you this, minus 17 with the wind chill is not a fun time. It does not feel great outside, and that's been the case for much of central, southern, and eastern Ontario. Now, I know you're looking for someone to blame, and this time you can blame the shifting winds from the north and the west, both to unfriendly directions. And as long as these winds keep blowing from that direction and at these speeds, both the temperature and the wind chill won't feel too great, and that will be the case heading into the overnight as well for the GTHA. Now, the Toronto region has gotten away really with flurries over the past few hours, but there's a lot of lake enhancement, especially as you head towards Lake Huron once again and into southwestern Ontario. And that's where we're seeing these weather advisories and these snow squall warnings. Additional totals could reach 5 to 10 centimeters for those areas that are affected, but it's really the blowing snow and the zero visibility that causes also some concern as we head into tonight. That could continue. But by tomorrow, improved conditions, a lot of sunshine in the morning for the GTHA, pushing east as well into cottage country and up towards North Bay. Clouding over by the afternoon, but still expecting mostly some dry conditions, and that could change in the coming days. We'll talk more about when the messy weather will return in the full forecast. A cold one overnight tonight and a cold one tomorrow in Toronto. Those morning wind chills minus 25, and by the afternoon we'll warm up to a wind chill of minus 17. Amandalina.
Thanks, Noor. The world is still reeling from...
Well, make sure wherever you're headed to dress warm in Toronto tomorrow, because those early morning wind chills especially will be quite brutal. Minus 25 is how it will feel like when you head out the door. By the afternoon, we'll manage to warm up slightly, but with the wind chill, once again, feeling closer to minus 17. And it will be a fairly windy day as well, although not as windy as what we saw today. These temperatures have caused this seesaw effect, almost cutting the entire country in a diagonal fashion. The cold air, you can see it very clearly, pink, purple, and white, and that's bringing those minus double-digit temperatures to areas like Ottawa and Montreal tomorrow. But the mild air, well, that's making way for some spring-like conditions in areas like Calgary with the double digits, 9 in areas like Vancouver. You can very clearly see the trough in the jet stream. And we've been dealing with some messy weather along with those changing temperatures. Once again, there is improvement in that department come tomorrow. Sunny breaks as well in store, although we could see some lake effect snow continue around the west of Wyerton, pushing into Waterloo potentially. By Monday, a bit more on the drier side when it comes to that snow. And again, some sunny breaks early in the morning, but as we head into the evening, that's when things start to deteriorate. We're seeing the first bit of this messy system roll into southwestern Ontario Monday evening. Tuesday morning, it'll be here, and that's snow mixed with rain before you probably even head out the door. So it'll be over very quickly. But by the afternoon, well, here comes round number 2. And notice how this is more so on the rainy side, because we are expecting those mild temperatures to return. So it won't be cold all the time, although it's hard to remember that when you have an overnight low of minus 14, minus 23 in North Bay, Sudbury and Timmins into the minus mid-20s. Tomorrow, minus 9, Muskoka, Kingston, minus 7, Cobourg, Oshawa for our friends in Belleville, minus 8 degrees, milder in Niagara Falls at minus 4. And it gets so mild, it's going to be 7 degrees on Wednesday, along with some rain, windy on Thursday, and things remain above the freezing mark Friday into Saturday. At least we'll see some sunshine and some comfortable conditions heading into the weekend.
Opened 2 additional warming centers tonight due to the colder weather. The community center on Cecil Street, east of Spadina and south of College, as well as the Jimmy Simpson Recreation Center on Queen Street East, east of Broadview, opened their doors at 5 o'clock tonight. That means there are now 7 warming centers open and available to those in need across the city. So how long will these chilly temperatures last? For more on that, let's check in with our weather specialist, Noor Rafat. Noor.
Hey, thanks very much, Amandalina. Well, it's great news that those warming centers have opened up because they are much needed considering how quickly those temperatures changed the past 12 to 24 hours. As to how long that Arctic air will last, well, we can expect things to remain uncomfortable until about the middle of this week. Right now, really uncomfortable in Toronto, -11, but it's the wind chill that makes all the difference, -20 degrees. We knew this was coming for a while now, but that doesn't make it any less easy or any more easy to deal with, considering just how rapid that Arctic air pushed through in the past 24 hours. And if you're looking for the culprit, it is right here. Winds from the northwest, quite strong, pushing in that cold air, and that will continue to be the case tomorrow. Along with that, we were seeing some lake enhancement around Lake Huron, southwestern Ontario, areas like Barrie affected by this, Goderich as well, but that's slowly going to start to improve heading into your day tomorrow. And we're even looking at sunny breaks when it comes to Toronto, Cottage Country into the east for the early morning hours. Starting to cloud over by the afternoon. There may be a chance of flurries in the Toronto region, but there is some lake enhancement probably around the Waterloo region, pushing through briefly, maybe even around Fort Erie as well heading into the afternoon. -13 degrees overnight tonight, and those windy conditions continue. It will be a windy day tomorrow, but that wind chill will be quite cold, -25 when you wake up, and by the afternoon with the wind chill, -17 is how it will feel like. Amandalina?
Thanks, Noor. The world is still...
If you are brave enough to head outside tomorrow, make sure you are bundled up. Your wind chill values in the early morning, -25, and by the afternoon, -17. It will be a windy day, and obviously that will feel colder when you're under some cloud cover. Slivers of sunshine that we might see are early in the morning. There has been a massive shift when it comes to temperatures from coast to coast. Spring in Calgary and Vancouver, as by the way we mark the meteorological start of spring, which is today, March 1st. Not so much spring-like in this side of the country. You can very clearly see where the Arctic air is in purple, pink, white, and yes, it's taken down those temperatures quite significantly. Ottawa, Montreal, even cold in areas like Fredericton, and yes, in Toronto. What's in store for the next 7 days? Well, it's going to be messy and up and down from coast to coast. You can see there's the trough in the jet stream here, the ridge very clearly around western sections of the country. And along with that, they are dealing with some rain, at least in parts of BC. Over here, it's been snow. Tomorrow, as we mentioned, there are some improvements with that lake enhancement and some sunny breaks earlier in the morning. Clouding over by the afternoon, although expecting mostly dry conditions in southern Ontario. Again, a chance to see some lake enhancement around Fort Erie, Niagara Falls. Monday, some sunny breaks, although it will be mostly cloudy. But really, it's Tuesday that we're looking ahead to. There will be some messy weather rolling in as early as the overnight, maybe even Monday evening in southwestern Ontario. And by Tuesday morning, well, it's a mix of wet snow, rain, and potentially mixed precipitation in southern Ontario, with another round of rain rolling in through the course of the day. And this continues into your Wednesday. And if you're wondering why it's rain rather than snow, well, that's because that's when we're going to be seeing those mild temperatures or spring-like temperatures return to southern Ontario. Not tomorrow, though. -10 in North Bay, Muskoka, -4 Toronto, Fort Erie, -6 in London. Areas like Oshawa, Cobourg by the water, -7 degrees, and -7 in Wyerton as well. Here we are climbing up to +5 on Tuesday when that messy weather rolls around. Wednesday, +8, and fortunately spending that with a lot of rain, as we usually see in the springtime. But by the weekend, take a look at this. We're looking at temperatures closer to seasonal, still above the freezing mark, and you get some sunshine in the forecast as well.